Now across to our reporter Maageketla Mohlabe, who is at Ndofaya Mall to see what's happening there. Very good afternoon to you, Maageketla. Again, you are armed in your protective gear as you were yesterday. It seems as though it's deja vu for you, isn't it? Similar scenes that were happening just yesterday, where you were stationed yesterday by Fosloras, and here you are again, Ndofaya, same situation. Talk to us. What's going on?
Yeah, Flo, I can tell you that this is where the tragic incident happened last night. This is where that stampede happened, and we understand that 10 people lost their lives right here. And just getting in here, I just want to show you inside of this particular store. It's actually show pride from what we understand. And we hear that the people were actually running out of this shop and trying to escape from law enforcement officers. And that's when the stampede actually happened. But as you can see, this is a shop that is now dismantled. Everything has actually been looted here. And some of the people are still inside this shop trying to actually salvage what they can amid this looting. And even though there's actually nothing left to actually loot, they are still continuing to get into this dismantled shop to actually get what they can. As you can see, fridges are now emptied, shelves are emptied, and still people continue to come in to actually get what they can. And I can tell you, Flo, that this is a mall that is not far from a police station, Midlands police station. And it clearly speaks to that issue, the capacity issue, that police continue to be outnumbered. Yes, never mind about the SANDF members being deployed here. Sorry, we are live. So that's just one of the gentlemen. Do you want to talk to us?
Yes.
Just talk to us. We see you are in this shop.
Yeah.
It's cleared. Why are you looting?
I'm not looting.
You're not looting.
I just came to see what's going on. I come from work, and what I'm seeing is devastating, because we're gonna go hungry.
Yeah.
It's a big problem. So what you're gonna face right now, it's like a big crisis right now.
Yeah.
So our families, I'm working. As you can see, I work for Pick and Pay.
Okay.
Like what I'm seeing right now is not amusing.
I'm sorry to suggest that you were looting, and that's simply because I can see
Okay,
you.
let me just put this thing down.
Just leave it here. So this is a mall that you actually use to come and buy some stuff?
Day to day. Yeah. Like we use this mall for bread. In the morning, most of my mom, for first things first, she comes in the morning to buy bread, which is subsidized, which is only 55 rand. So now, since there's no ShopRite, there's no Pick and Pay, we can't afford Alban. Like, we are struggling. We are doing what we can just to live by for the day. But what I'm seeing right now is really heartbreaking. We're going to struggle.
And I see your mask is written Pick and Pay. Has your shop also been looted?
Luckily, I work at Kilani Mall. I haven't seen what I'm seeing in the townships. We are the people that side are securing their malls, but now what I'm seeing in the townships, it's really bad. So it means that we're gonna stay for like months and months without no places to buy our food. So we're gonna struggle.
Thanks so much for your time. Just one of the residents here who then had to put one of the items down on the floor, despite saying that he was not looting. But we will take that. I just want to take you through this shop floor because we can hear some sound on the other side. And I think this talks to the other issue. Despite everything being cleared off the shelves, despite all the stuff being looted, other people now taking any metal that they are able to take, they are able to actually get their hands on as I'm speaking to you. So that's the situation that's taking place here at this particular mall. But how's it? Okay, so some of these people obviously not able to talk to us after seeing the cameras. Then they actually then try to take cover. But Flo, I can tell you that this is the situation here. It all started here last night, and then people tried to run away from the police officers, and that's when then the stampede happened. But perhaps let me tell you about one of the families that we managed to talk to off camera. They are not able to speak to us at this stage because of their loss. Not far from where we are, they actually told us that when this incident happened last night, they tried to call police, they tried to call the emergency services, but it took that particular response to arrive early this morning. And that actually made them so angry that even us as media, we are now seen as an enemy for not reporting about that stampede. So that's one of the families that we spoke to off camera. They are not able to speak to us on camera at this stage. But speaking to some of the residents outside this shop, they are also telling us that there is one of those 10 families who lost their loved ones who are currently actually arranging for a funeral. It's a different incident. So it means now that one of those 10 families are going to bury 2 family members after this incident that took place here at the Ndofaya Mall in Midlands, Flo. So that's just the tragic incident that actually highlighted the whole looting that's taken place throughout Gauteng, despite the presence of police as well as the SANDF members.
Yeah, earlier on, of course, when our colleague Criselda was still there, stationed at Ndofaya, where you are, the Gauteng Premier David Makura was obviously then talking about the fact that 19 people in the province have died since the start of the violence, and mentioning, of course, the 10 people in particular from Ndofaya specifically. You also mentioned the fact that 400 people have been arrested. Talk to us then about this. I mean, I hear you talking about the fact that there are police, law enforcement, SANDF and so forth. But talk to us about that. I mean, it seems as though people are continuing as they were. And maybe perhaps it would be interesting just to go back to how the Gauteng Premier was indeed then received by the people of Ndofaya.
Yeah, definitely, Flo. I mean, perhaps not only Gauteng Premier saying that they have also sent some of the community leaders to actually speak to the people, but also the National Police Commissioner, General Ketla saying that police stations have capacity to deal with these issues. But since we have been on the ground reporting about this looting, it's a different story. Police continue to be outnumbered. And I have said it before, Flo. It looks like the only time this looting, this violence would stop is when the looters themselves stop looting. That's just what seems to be happening on the ground. It looks like police at some point are even giving up because they are still here. People are still here dismantling shelves. They are still here dismantling fridges. Right next to a police station, Midlands police station. But it's been about 2 hours since we've arrived here. We haven't seen any police officer here. So that actually tells you the problem of the capacity that's facing many of the police stations here in Gauteng.
All right. Let's come back to you later on then, Maageketla, for us in Soweto, Midlands, also known as Ndofaya. That's where he is for us. Of course, that's where the tragedy really took place there in particular, where 10 people were indeed killed. The Gauteng Premier, David Makura, was there earlier on talking about the 19 people who have died since the start of these unrests, and 10 of those from Meadowlands at Ndofaya Mall.